Can AI actually destroy the human race? There's so much conflict in the scientific community regarding this matter, and many scientists and engineers are starting to become afraid of what AI can do if we continue at this rate of progress, or even close to this rate of progress. In the past 30 years, we've seen the rate of change in regards to technological advancement become nothing short of breathtaking. However, in very recent years, Moore's Law, which details the fact that computing power doubles every year, has actually slowed down a little bit. So the rate of change for technological advancement can reasonably be expected to progress less in the next 30 years than it has in the past 30 years. However, we're not 100% sure on this, and this does not mean that we won't see staggering technological changes. In fact, the way in which technology is advancing, I think we will see some pretty unbelievable changes in the near future. Machines that seem to function more and more independently are starting to take jobs away from people who can't do them as quickly or efficiently. This is good for humanity as a whole, as we can build things faster, serve better quality food, and provide better medical analysis, just to name a few advantages. This will also allow people to be able to strive to achieve their purpose in life. With the monotonous jobs being phased out and taken over by machines, humans won't have to do as much dirty work, and that just makes things better for people altogether. You spend less time just trying to make ends meet and keep society functioning, and you just kind of do what gives you purpose in life. If robots are cooking, cleaning restrooms, picking up litter, working assembly lines, and more of the sort, humans can start spending more of their life experience doing things that actually interest them and turning their passions into a career. So it's reasonable to expect that our generation and future generations will get to experience a lot more meaning and purpose than generations that came before us. And while it might take jobs away from certain individuals, it will also provide jobs. With technology becoming more prevalent on a yearly basis or even a monthly basis, the need for programmers and engineers increases, as does the need for scientists that study the effects these changes are having on society and help reasonably predict where the technology is headed and if it is safe or not. Now, as with all technological advances, there comes a dark side. With good, we will always have evil. It's just part of the balance of nature. With evil comes hackers that use this technology for their own personal benefit, even at the detriment of society. I cannot express enough just how incredibly dangerous this is. Our future technology in the wrong hands has the power to cause anything from the collapse of the economy to the extinction of the human race. These are obviously extreme scenarios, but anyone who thinks this isn't possible just simply doesn't understand the power of this technology. The first thing that comes to mind for me is the brain computer interface and brain chips being implanted into humans. This technology will give people access to the internet with simply the power of their own minds. To me, this poses so many obvious dangers that we must account for. First off, any computer program that's ever been invented has shown the ability to be hacked. To me, this is terrifying. The thought of knowing something that's inside of my body and part of the fabric of my being can potentially be hacked by an evildoer that might use me for his twisted evil plot. Now, with the brain computer interface, I just want to try to put into context the type of power this will allow us to harbor. Think of the internet. At your fingertips, you have access to all the collective knowledge of a large percentage of humans that have ever lived on Earth, and even humans that are no longer living. So, you essentially possess a relatively large percentage of all the knowledge that's ever existed in the modern era. Now, the only reason you don't know everything on the internet is because it's not conceivably possible to access every forum, every web page, every piece of information that's ever been put on the internet. This is mainly because of time constraints. There simply aren't enough hours in your lifetime to search every possible corner of the internet and know everything that's ever been posted online. But imagine if you could. What if the brain chips of the near future not only increase our access to knowledge, but make our ability to gain and process information exponentially faster? What if we could search every corner of the internet in a reasonable amount of time? What would this do? Would it send us into an age of unfathomable superintelligence? I very much think that it would. A world where every human is absurdly knowledgeable and capable. Could you imagine having Napoleon's leadership skills, Einstein's brain, and Brad Pitt's physical form? This potential superhuman isn't completely science fiction. It might take some time for our brain technology to reach this level, but it's well within the laws of physics and computation. Now, what exactly would this technology contain to actually provide us with these capabilities? Well, first of all, we'd have to fit an absurd amount of computing power into a very small brain chip the size of a human hair. This sounds incredibly difficult as it is, however, we manage to fit more and more computing power into smaller computer chips literally on a yearly basis. So it's not inconceivable to think. although I think such advanced brain technology might be at least 100 years away. However, the rate of technological improvement never ceases to amaze us, so this kind of superhuman brain technology might be closer to our grasp than we think. As far as how this relates to the dangers of AI taking over the world, I think it shows the importance of us merging with AI and becoming part human, part robot. Again, sounds like science fiction. However, phones are already close to being a part of your body as you can barely function without one. And now electronic chips are being implanted into people's brains to cure paralysis. So anybody who claims that we cannot merge with machines simply isn't paying attention. It's already happening. The most dangerous thing we can do is invent technology superior to human intelligence and not merge our biological bodies with it. As they say, if you can't beat them, join them. Now, again, brain technology as advanced as I'm talking about could still be many years away. And as far as right now, our AI is still very primitive. In fact, there are not yet any machines yet who are capable of actually using reasoning to function. Our most advanced AI simply use large amounts of data to simulate probabilities when performing their desired function. For example, AI can predict the outcome of a football game by running millions of simulations of all the possible outcomes of the game, but since it can't reason and account for human unpredictability, it still can't project such a thing better than humans who understand the math and the actual logic of the game. So while the computer can crunch large amounts of data faster, it's still not even aware that it's analyzing a sports game. So as far as becoming a superhuman cyborg or iRobot becoming a reality, whichever comes first, we still have to probably wait quite some time. But this doesn't mean that we shouldn't be taking this matter seriously, because once the singularity is reached, it will be too late. All right, everyone. I appreciate you tuning into this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.